Good morning, this is Deepak. I'm back in Jerusalem and happy to reconnect today. And we are continuing our discussions on You Are the Universe. And the website where we are having these discussions is discoveringyourcosmicself.com. And today I have a question from Eric. He says, I'm on page 53 in You Are the Universe. I had a type of aha moment. I would like your insights on it. It relates to the form of the formless consciousness. It is supposedly impossible for the formless to be perceived as form. But as I read You Are the Universe, a memory appeared for me. It was when I was at a lecture in university studying linear algebra, and our lecturer had brought with him a tesseract to explain higher dimensional geometric shapes. A tesseract is a projection of a fourth dimensional cube in our third dimensional universe. Compare it with drawing a cube onto a piece of paper. Eric gives a Wikipedia reference, and he says, if you look at the tesseract, in my opinion, it symbolizes the creation of the universe from an ocean of consciousness. Do you think that the tesseract can symbolize this for a human mind? Thank you a million times for the book. I will revel at every page. So, this is a very tough question for somebody who's not trained in mathematics or has little mathematical knowledge. But essentially, Eric's question is still very relevant to all of us. And it says, how does the formless assume form? And there are many physicists, or you might say theories in physics, including one that's called symmetry breaking. And what Eric is suggesting, that the tesseract, which is literally a hyperdimensional cube, is how formless assumes multidimensionality. As I said, I'm not a mathematician, and it's not easy for me to answer this question very specifically, but be it as it may, let's see how formless becomes form through its own self-interaction. So the essential ground of existence, yours, mine, the entire universe, is formlessness. Now, I have asked many physicists, where does this formlessness ground of existence exist? And the usual answer is Hilbert space, which is defined as a infinitely dimensional space which houses the wave function. So what is the wave function? A wave function is essentially a mathematical entity that describes the position and state of the electron, and its square gives us the probability of the density where we may find that electron. So let me, I went into some research to look at various descriptions of wave functions. And so here, once again, the wave function describes the position and state of the electron, and its square gives the probability density of electrons. And then I went and looked up a lot of literature on this, on basically what are quantum objects. And Leonard Susskind, who's a great physicist, he basically said that electrons and their motions are best thought of as mathematical abstractions. And so the wave function, which ultimately gives rise to the appearance of subatomic particles, is really a mathematical entity. It does not have any location. It cannot be seen, and it is formless. And yet, when the wave function collapses, as the word goes, as the expression goes, then it appears as matter. So matter is actually a manifestation of basically potential, possibilities. Lance Abrams says www.quantumpotential.com, so we'll look that up too. Okay, so fundamental formless consciousness is the immeasurable potential of all that was, all that is, all that will be. And its self-interaction then produces what we call a form. Now, a simple way to think of this, if you are basically not thinking in mathematical terms or terms of physics, then a simpler way of thinking of this is that formlessness is consciousness, which is the same thing as existence, which is the same thing as awareness, the same thing as being. I'm using all those words synonymously: awareness, being, consciousness. And as consciousness interacts with its own self or modifies its own self, its excitations, you might even say vibrations, its excitations, its vibrations, its modifications, its modulations, whatever word you might use, become qualities of consciousness. And these qualities, or modified forms of consciousness, are in the form of sound vibrations, in the form of form and color and shape, in the form of the sensation that we call taste, in the form of the sensation that we call smell, in the form of even our feelings, and ultimately thoughts. So these are the modified forms of consciousness that then appear to us as the body-mind and as the universe. The body-mind and the universe, they go together. So we are a species of consciousness, or as my friend Don Hoffman likes to say, we are conscious agents, which means one particular type of consciousness, human consciousness, that then takes on the experience of the human universe, body, mind, human universe. And there are other conscious agents, other conscious sentient beings that take on other forms, other body minds and other universes that go along. Remember, body, mind and universe are a unified activity in being. So when we look at it this way, then it's easier to explain that actually there is no space-time, and actually in the deeper domain, no causality at all. Space-time causality is the appearance of form from the formlessness, and that is happening right now. This is happening right now, and now is not a moment in time. Now is the presence of being that is percolating as form. Rabindranath Tagore has a great poem where he says, where is the fountain that throws out these flowers in a ceaseless outbreak of ecstasy? Where is that fountain that throws out these flowers in a ceaseless outbreak of ecstasy? So if we think of fundamental raw materials of the universe as these qualia, and even go beyond that, the qualia are abstractions, mathematical abstractions, then where is this happening? Where is this happening? Where is the knowing of this happening? And where is the experience happening? Well, it's happening in being right now. Now, based on this fundamental experience, we construct the human universe, but we also construct so many other systems of thought: theology, religion, philosophy. Constructs have created commerce, money, nation states, latitude, longitude, the laws of nature, which are the regularities of experience given constructs. And constructs have their use. Constructs have their use because they help us navigate experience, make even this technology possible. But constructs can also be limiting because they create limitations that we call belief systems. And all the wars that are being fought right now in the world are basically ideological wars because people don't agree with each other's constructs. So here's something that could be practical. Ask yourself, who would I be without any labels, without any judgments, without any descriptions, without any evaluations? Who would I be if I started taking all the labels off? I'm not the mind. I'm the awareness in which the mind is an experience. I'm not the body. I'm the awareness in which the body is an experience. I'm not the universe. I am the awareness in which the universe is an experience. So when you take away everything that I am is attached to, all name and form, then what is left? What is left is being, awareness, existence. And how can we describe this? Well, we can't. But we can say it is that which gives rise to everything. Now, people have tried to, in a way, relate this beingness to what is called quantum potential. So that quantum potential, that quantum field, if you want to say, is a field of all possibilities. It's a field of entanglement. Space-time, energy, information, and matter all coexist as possibilities. It's a field of creativity. It's a field of unpredictability. And it's where intention arises from. So from this we can say that in every moment, everything that we're experiencing is a projection of the construct we have in our own awareness. Jordan Flesher says the map is not the territory. Alfred Korzybski, yes, the map is not the territory. The construct is the map through which we navigate experience. Okay? The construct is the map through which we navigate experience. So I was going back to, from this, how can we actually make life a creative adventure at all times, creating what we want? Well, here's a way to live out this reality. Here's a way. So Pratap Bhavikai says, you look tired. How many people think I look tired? I actually am feeling very fresh and very energetic. Marcy Gannon says, you look great. So this is what I am just saying. Okay, the world is a projection of ourselves. If you're feeling tired, then you'll see other people as tired. If you're feeling great, then you'll see other people as great. In every moment, the world is a projection of our construct, and also how we're feeling. Number one principle. Number two is, if you really, Wendy Smith says, I think you look fresh, energetic. Well, you must be feeling fresh, energetic, Wendy. In every moment, the world is as we are. Number one principle. Number two, if you want to get in touch with reality, get your ego out of the way. Stop being defensive and stop being judgmental. Number three, when you are resting in being, understand this part of you, this aspect of you, this existence is not subject to birth and death. It's eternal, it's immortal, it's timeless. And the last thing to remember is, without the invisible, there would be no experience of the visible. So whatever we can touch, taste, smell, see, is an expression of our formless being. Ruthan Shilifu says, formless passive awareness. I would say formless silent witnessing. That's good. Formless silent witnessing, the highest intelligence. Mindy says, if you feel gorgeous, you will attract gorgeous. True. Okay, I think we've gotten something here. I'm sorry, Eric, I didn't exactly answer your question, but I can just say that all dimensionality, including hyperdimensionality, infinite universes, anything that the human mind can conceive and construct, is actually already existing in the realm of possibilities. So if you can conceive it, if you can imagine it, it's there in the realm of possibilities. So we are formless beings having taken on the experience of form. Yasir Saeed says, awareness is only aware, the rest is a story. Absolutely. Absolutely. Marianne says, it's cool that you're reading our text, of course. Nirmala Raniga says, Sat Chit Anand. Yeah, Sat is truth, Chit is awareness, Anand is the being that stays in bliss before the bliss is disturbed and becomes form. Thank you, Yasir Saeed. Namaste, Susanna. Breath is formless and we are full of this formlessness. Ilham Rasmi. Breath is very interesting. You know, if you read the Bible, there's a phrase, the Lord God made man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So yeah, breath, we say inspire, inspiration, in spirit. Breath is the interface between the formless and that which assumes form, the formlessness. So breath, the interface between the invisible and the visible. Marcy Gannon says, Sat Nam. Sat means truth, Nam means the name of truth. Sat Nam is existence. Uti Senderman, good morning from Germany. Good morning, Uti. Abhay Sharma asks, whatever we see on this planet is reflection of inner mind and soul. Yeah, it's a reflection of being, a reflection of consciousness. Mindy says, I love your book, everyone must go get it. You are the universe. Thanks, Mindy. By the way, these discussions are happening on discoveringyourcosmicself.com, and the book, of course, is You Are the Universe. And if you're in the United States, it's also on public television, a program that I'm doing So check your local listings on public television and check out the program You Are the Universe. It has some very good animation, etc. So somebody says I'm looking like a unicorn because of the artifact behind me. Well, okay. What else can I say? Okay, I'm going to see one or two many questions. Kelly Willman says, so many beautiful souls here. I agree, so many beautiful souls. Okay, listen, I'll connect tomorrow, okay? Take care. God bless. Keep reaching for the stars. Stardust beings with self-awareness. Bye-bye.